Bugatti, like as long as you weren't ridiculous, you could do that.
Bugattis are a million, so you can run out of, you can spend a lot on Bugattis, but I think they're a million, right? Am I right? This Bugatti Veyron's $1 million car?
1.5.
Probably like between 1 and 3 million, I think.
Okay, yeah.
So very expensive.
Those are the kind of things that,
cars.
yeah. I somehow got to looking at Lotus Elises recently. You know, a Lotus Elise is like 30 grand.
Yeah, it's a beautiful car.
It looks like $1 million. Yeah. It's 30 grand.
I used to live next to a Lotus dealership.
It handles as well as any car on the planet. I mean, it's right there. The motor's not super car-ish, but it's so light that it's like an amazing car to take to the track and toss around corners. And somehow I was like, well, maybe. It's like, no, Woody, you stupid fuck. You don't spend $30,000 on a toy. Don't be 50 Cent, you jackass.
But I bet if
exactly. You wouldn't go down and buy a yacht that you used once.
Yeah.
That'd be ridiculous.
Sell it one time.
Hey, but anytime I want to, I can.
That's not even true.
Well, until it's chip shaped.
First, you get it off the bottom.
Get those barnacles off of it.
Right now, it looks like the freaking boat from Captain Ron.
Nah, it got cleaned a while back. Yeah.
A reference I'm sure 5 people got.
Yeah, just like me and Woody were the only ones who got the Captain Ron reference.
I didn't get
an
it.
old movie and not a good one.
Not a good one.
But it was, for those
old bad movies are hard to reference.
The barnacle had a lot of crap on the bottom of it, though. It was on point for the few people old enough.
It was. Yeah, a little gem for those people. That actually sat through that movie.
I don't know, but stuff like that interests me because.
But I bet if you polled 50 Cent, I bet he doesn't regret any of it. I'm sure he still has 40 million.
I bet he's got tons
Maybe
of
even
assets.
I bet he doesn't
he's
regret a
fine.
damn thing. It's like he can still live out his life luxuriously, and he's lived however many years luxuriously, playing by his own rules. So I'm sure. While none of us here would do what he did by any stretch of the imagination, I bet he doesn't sit back and go, shouldn't have done those things. Should have budgeted better.
There might be some. Maybe he's thinking, I wish I hadn't lost 18 million on the headset deal. Maybe I shouldn't have uploaded that sex tape. It wasn't worth $5 million to me.
Right, but the $100,000 a month in expenses being outweighed.
That was worth it. Totally worth it.
He's still making 85 a fucking month, so. Sure, he was.
Well,
okay
I think like we hear that 100K in expenses, 108 or whatever, and we think that like that's all the money he spent that month. But I think that he's just like before he spends a dime, 108 grand is going out every month.
That's just his yard crew.
I think that like to make sure that I don't know, he's got the person looking at his house here and the people that look at his house over there, and the guy cutting his grass at these 8 different locations, and then he's got so much money going out. That's just 108 that just goes out every month before he spends a dime, and then
it's including things like his wardrobe and grooming. So I mean, there's a giant expense right there.
I think that's an employee. I think that's why it includes that. I think that's a fucking person with a job whose job is to like walk around with 50 Cent and make sure his hair is looking right.
What a job that would be.
Stretch.
Sometimes I daydream about the conveniences that really wealthy people